Hello and welcome back to episode 50 of Minecraft Ultra Hardcore. Thank you very much for joining me today on this very special milestone episode, episode 50, almost like a year in, right? I do these weekly. Every single week this year, I told myself I will not skip a single week. I've been uploading a video of my Ultra Hardcore world, and I believe there's 52 weeks in a year, which means in 2 weeks we'll reach a year. So I think the time is long overdue for a world tour. We've been at this world for an incredible amount of time. If we check the statistics here, we have 19.65 days playtime. I've been at this for a while. A lot of my year has been spent in this game. I freaking love Minecraft, and I'm just having so much fun with what we're doing. And of course, as you've probably already noticed, we're in hardcore. You know, of course I have to play on hardcore. That's just what you do. But I play a little bit differently. I've kind of always played this way. As you can see, I'm not regenerating, and that's because I also play with natural regeneration off. It just makes the game just a little bit more fun, in my opinion. I've been doing it for years. This is just how I do it. So I hope you will spend your time here with me today as we just kind of go through from the beginning and just relive through the experiences we will soon have, just kind of like how the world's going, where it is, where it's gonna be in the future, and kind of my thoughts on everything as it stands right now. So welcome back to the very beginning where it all started, and I think for this video we can run it with shaders because I don't normally play the game with shaders. I believe there's a lot of stuff that y'all don't normally see that's covered with shaders, so oh man, it takes a long time to load. Yeah, hopefully the video does alright and it doesn't die, but we're gonna look at everything with somewhat of a new set of eyes. So just take a look at all the stuff that's been going on. And I'm also gonna be doing my gosh darn best to just watch the OBS recording in the side because it loves to lag occasionally. Just for some reason. It doesn't happen in the game, it just happens in the recording. So if I remember correctly, right here, this is where it all began. These were my first couple blocks of cobblestone right down in this hole right here. And then we came up and we chopped a couple trees. I believe these are the leaves from the first tree that I cut too. I think that's still there as well. And I'm also not completely certain, but these might be the first leaves and saplings from the first tree as well. So I'm going to leave that there, not going to touch that. That's going to stand as a monument for this world. The very beginning, right there, if I remember correctly. Then of course, you know, we went along and we progressed along that way, just way down over there, off to a certain location, which, you know what, yeah, we're just gonna go that way. And here is that special location. So really, here's the thing, right? I might have lied a little bit in my first episode. I show a clip of myself like creating a new world. That's not what happened actually. I didn't create a new world. I loaded into a world that I already had, a seed that I already had, because I liked this location right here. I really enjoyed this location, and that's because before I started playing all this, I wanted to see, you know, I run some mods. I run some performance enhancing mods, just a couple, not a freaking ton of them. They're in the description if you're wondering. And I wanted to test to see, you know, how they would run and how it would go. And I chose right here on this world, I used the outline of this patch of grass right here to make my house, and I lived here. And I played on this world for quite a while actually in Ultra Hardcore. I had myself a nether portal right there, I had myself a little farm right there, I had myself some farms over there. I just loved this area. And if you go back to episode 1, I did use the mod Distant Horizons, and you could see everywhere around here. You could see this entire ocean all the way to the other side. And I really wanted to make it a thing to just clear out this entire ocean. That's something I wanted to do in the series. We haven't got around to it yet. I still plan to, but you know, yeah, I cheated a little bit. I lied. This was a preset seed, but I really only explored like this area. I didn't play all too much. Speaking of which, a little bit of perspective as to where we are. If you look at episode 1, when I get my first block of iron, that is right around there. That is where I got my first bit of iron. Then after revisiting a location from my past life, I proceeded to this plains biome right here, because in this plains biome was poppies. I saw one over here. There it is, poppies. These are incredible. No, oxydaisy. Why did I say poppies? Those are really incredibly important to the playthrough because early game, of course I'm playing in Ultra Hardcore, no natural regeneration. The only way really to regenerate easily is through the regeneration mushroom soup, which is what I relied heavily on for the longest time. And we can now see it slowly popping into frame, the beginnings of my area off over here. So right here, right where my mine is, this big guy right here, this was my very first mine at the very beginning of the series. It most certainly did not look like this, but this is where I did my mining. I had my mine set up here, it went down, I had my chest set up along the walls, and everything was good. And right over here, my tree farm as of now is where I hear some pillagers somewhere, is where kind of my whole tree setup was or got moved to eventually. And so, of course, the first things I did with gather resources, I immediately got myself diamond armor. I was not playing any games. And here's my little tree operation. And down this path right here and around the corner, we will get to my house. So when we started playing, I immediately decided that I wanted to go big. And for some reason, I built a freaking massive house that I have nothing to do with. And it's just full of a bunch of junk that I just put in. I placed things as I thought they would go. And honestly, I love it. I love it. From now on, I want to build bigger. I want to keep building big. So let's just go ahead and run through the house a little bit. I got my guy. I got my room in here. This is where I do all my studying right here. You know, oh my gosh, wait a second. I forgot about this. I completely forgot I had a little diary going here. Oh no, I need to resume that. I used to, I mean, obviously you can see it ends at day 1200 and we're at day 1967. I used to come through here and diary what I've been doing, you know, with my time. I completely forgot that that was a thing. I completely forgot that that's what I was doing. Here's my little treasure case. You know, I'm lacking a couple items. I lost my dragon egg. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I swear to God it's there. I swear to God it's in my world. I just don't know where it is. And here's, you know, my little box of Enderman chests, all these things that Endermen have picked up and dropped off that I want to keep track of. And I think that's still here, right? Yeah, that guy. I don't have the heart to break that. He's been there for as long as I can remember. And he's in the way. He's always in the way, but I just want to leave him there. Here's my little fishies. They live in the glass and I love them, and they live, you know, they wiggle all the time. And here's my storage system, which is well overdue for a change, but I'm too lazy to fix. You know, I've got all the items as they are, and I've got all these guys as they are. You know, these are, you know, a bunch of junk chests that need to be done something with, and I'm not doing anything with them. On to the next floor. We got our little crops. I do nothing with these, and we have our rooms. We have this room that's just, I needed to fill in the space, and we have this room here. I needed to fill in the space. And then we've got the balcony where we can look over my freaking sea of trees. Now, of course, those trees are a very hot topic. They're very evident in my area. They're there all the time. These trees, you know, very obviously weren't here. They weren't here to begin with. These are all completely custom. This entire forest is completely custom. Honestly, like easily one of the biggest, most time-intensive builds I have done in this game, bar none. Bar none. And the whole idea for it kind of just spawned from all of this podzol that's on the ground. Whenever I was farming my trees, I was farming up spruce because, you know, they give a lot of logs. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm making podzol every time I make a tree. Let's just move the next tree over here and the next tree over here. And, you know, sooner or later, I was just pushing it further and further. And I was like, you know what? Let's just keep this going. Let's cover my entire area in spruce. Let's cover all of it. Let's do all of it. Or not spruce, but podzol. And then, you know, I had the podzol and I was like, okay, I need some trees to go with it. I need to build a custom biome to go with it. So I put up some new small custom spruce trees just all over the place. And I love the look. This whole area is so cozy and just so fun to go through. Excuse me while I drop my render distance down a little bit more. I'm noticing some problems with the recording, so we're gonna run 12 and see how it goes. This might need to get dropped to 8. I don't run this game on the best device, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of my frame rate and my ability to run shaders like this is heavily carried by the enhancement mods. Anyways, so we're going to progress down this path. Here is a little wagon that just one day I decided I was just going to throw up. I liked the way it looks. I found it somewhere, or at least a design that was kind of like this. It didn't use a couple things in here. I changed some stuff around, but there's one here and there's one over there. I kind of just wanted it. But at the end of this path, we have one of the 2 houses over here that, you know, whenever I started this world off, I just wanted to throw something up. Wait, I haven't decorated this yet? Guys, can you guys do me a huge favor and don't look at the video title for the video that I posted like 2 weeks ago, or like two videos. I haven't even finished the basement yet. I forgot about this too. Oh, this poor house has been just completely ignored. Anyways, we're gonna forget about that. Oops. Anyways, I know for a fact I decorated this house over here. The house off to the side, we got this guy over here. This one's full of stuff. Granted, it's a little dark in that corner, but just a bunch of other stuff thrown out and about the place. My whole decoration style there's a party going on in here. My whole decoration style for things like interiors and I mean, just everything in general is to just throw up blocks and just see what comes of it. And as far as I'm aware, it hasn't had that bad of an outcome. I like the way the majority of my stuff looks, and I think that's fine. I think that's good. So on the way back down the path to my house, we have this little guy right here. I'm not quite sure why I did it. I just thought I wanted it there, so I put it there. And we have it, just a little oasis right here in the middle of the forest. It looks really awkward with all the different trees around it, but it is what it is, and I'm not going to change it for a long time probably. Here is a farm I built really early on. I made it way too big because I love big farms. One of my favorite things to do in just early Minecraft games is to just build a really big wheat farm. I am a huge fan of big wheat farms, and because of that, I built myself a big wheat farm. And then next to the wheat farm, we've got our little wheat stall where all of the wheat is sold from the wheat seller. We don't have one, but you can like stand here and pretend that you're the wheat seller. We just got like a bunch of hay chilling in there. Speaking of hay, do I have it on me? Yes, my hoe. I have a mod, it's just another one of the vanilla enhancement mods. Just, I've got mods in here that do stuff for me that I just, they make playing the game more fun. One of which is right click to harvest. And I'm not going through here and harvesting all of these, and normally I got little cheater mods to help me with that. So take it as you may, but just in transparency, I got cheater mods to help me do this kind of stuff. There's not a ton of things in my world that I do have that for, but there are a couple things here and there which I just think are really nice and need to be in vanilla. Especially that with the hoe. As cool as the hoe is, it needs more functionality, and I would love it for it to be able to be used more for farming. Speaking of farming, right here we have what I like to call the farmer's house. Oh yeah, that's Mr. Pufferfish guy. He always kisses me off guard when I walk in the door. He makes that silly sound effect. We just kind of got stuff here and there, stuff around the place. We got stuff in here. We got the little storage room, kitchen. We got an egg, because why not? Up top, we've got some stuff, some like planters or something. I don't know, stuff just open to the outside right there, open to the outside right here. We have his prized possession tools. I believe that's a diamond shuffle. I think that might be diamond. I'm not sure, actually. I can't tell. I don't know if I've mentioned, but I'm colorblind, and there's a lot of things that I can't notice, one of which definitely being right there. That might have been iron, that might have been diamond. I'm not sure. Moving on past the farmer's area, we have my whole animal setup over here. It's been a work in progress for the longest time, and it's still not done. Of course, you can see we have 1, 2, 3 set up. I have 2 more that I need to set up, and a lot more after that. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen in this area that is yet to be done. But just recently, in that video 2 episodes ago that I don't want y'all to go click on, or don't want y'all to read the title for, we decorated the interior of these guys, so I'm just going to run through them real quick. We got a kind of similar design strategy for all 3 of them, just putting up stuff in them. And here's the last guy right here, just got stuff in all of them. And of course we got trees here, we got pigs there, we got cows over there. Backtracking a little bit back at the wheat farm, if we go off this way, I need a lantern right there. It's pretty dark right here. Right over here is a couple other things. We have a house and we have a sugarcane farm. I was actually a huge fan of this house when I put it up. I love the way this looks. It looks so cool. I think the inside could use some work, but it is what it is. I still like it. I like the way that the entities over here are. I think it's really fun. And then we've got this room here. That's this house. I have so many houses that are just fully fledged out and kitted with just like stuff for things where people could come and just do things with, but they're just completely unused, and it is what it is. It's kind of fun to just throw up houses here and there sometimes, add more life to the world. And here's my little sugarcane farm. Nothing too much to touch on this. It's just we got sugarcane. That's what we have. Stepping back once again to this fork on the road, over there is that stuff that you just saw, and over here is my enchantment setup. Down this path past my little Enderman gift that I'm going to leave until I have to move it. Over here across the bridge we have my little oasis, I guess. I mean, I love the way this feels. I haven't used this in so long. It's been months since I used this place, but here's my setup. I got some books. Oh yeah, I've got a resource pack that changes the texture of all of these books to make them look distinct and different. They're so pretty and I love them. And what are these? Why do I have a full set of diamond armor in there? I don't remember. And then for the next bit, we return back to the front of the house. You've probably noticed by now, but all of my stuff in this area kind of just like goes out from the house. It's all connected with this being the center point. Over there was where my trees are, and if we go over this way, we have a couple things. Here's where my first ones of these lanterns were put up. I love these guys. I love the way they light up the area. They look so pretty. I stole them. I don't remember who from, but if you find the video where I did it, it says, here's my to-do list. I mean, there's gotta be some stuff on here that I can get rid of, but there's just a bunch of stuff in here that I have plans on doing, and I probably have done, that I need to do eventually, and I need to, probably in my next episode, I'm gonna just redo my whole to-do list, because not only has this to-do list grown, but I have so many other to-do lists that I need to build up as well. Right here is my bee setup. This is one of my first houses in this whole area that I put up, and I actually was so happy about. I genuinely love this building right here. It's one of my favorite things in this area. I love the way it looks, and the whole area surrounding it too. It's just so pretty and so fun. Like, sometimes I'll just come and I'll sit here in the swing and just enjoy this place while I have it, because you know, this world is temporary. It's hardcore. I'm gonna die and I'm gonna lose it one day, so I might as well just enjoy my time here while I have it. And then we can progress further down the path to my nether portal and the other one of those guys, what were they called? The things. And in it we have the sleeper guy who just chills here. He came here one day, so I named him, and he has never gone away. And here's my portal. It's it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll check out in there later. And then further down the track, we have this house here. I actually, oh, lag spike. I actually love this house here too. This is another one of my favorite builds. I love the way it looks. You know, it's another one of those, wow, I love it. On the inside, we have some buddies. Let's shut the door so they don't get out. I haven't checked on these guys in a while. Hopefully they're still here. And of course, you can probably tell this whole area is nether themed. There's one of them. Wait, are you stuck there? He hasn't left that I think he's stuck. No, he's not. Okay, he hasn't left that spot in so long. There's an adult here somewhere. Where are you? Yep, there they are. I've just got this whole nether hoglin theme house, and I love the interior. I love the exterior. This whole thing, in my opinion, is just great, and it came together perfectly to shut that down. Don't get out. And it's got a couple of things in here that I just love. I love the way you can move in here. I love the way you can look over at the water. I love it. I really do. And then moving on, we'll travel down this pass right here over this bridge to an area that I spent a lot of time on this summer. So right on the other side of this green wall is my slime farm. I decided that I was gonna make like the chunk slime farm where you just bore out a whole chunk all the way down and then just spawn the slimes there. It would have been so easy to do the swamp based one, but I just wanted to do this because literally the last time I did this was in like 1.9. It's been so long since I did one of these. And I just wanted to. And I just so happened to find an area where this chunk, that chunk, and the chunk over. What the heck are all of these lines? What on earth what is this? What? Is that a shaders thing? Anyways, I found a spot where this chunk, and that chunk were slime, and I could have this chunk for, you know, doing stuff in. And I just had to. This took me an incredible amount of time. And all this green, this caused me to do a little something over there, which you can't see right now, but I'll show you later. These green blocks put me on an incredibly long tangent that's what I'm going to be moving into next in this series. I'm at a kind of a stopping point where all of my projects are done for the most part. Nothing's actually really finished. I still, like, this slime farm isn't even finished. It's barely functional. I still have to spawn proof like freaking everything, which of course is going to lead me to another massive project down the line. I have ideas for it, but we're not there yet. I'm getting ahead of myself though. You'll see that stuff later. So over here, we have some just little things that I need to throw out because I needed them. This is a little furnace system, not my design. We're gonna decorate it later. It's on the to-do list. And over here is a cobblestone generator. Once again, not my design. It's on the to-do list. We'll get to it later. But before we move on, we're getting a little bit of ways away from my main area, and I just realized that I haven't finished the path right here. That needs to get done. I need to come back to this because before we leave our main area, I'm pretty sure this is the last thing in my forest area that I haven't shown off yet, is my mine shaft. So we're gonna go down this. Hopefully this fast movement doesn't cause lag on the recording because that's what it's been doing so far. That's why I've been walking so much. Oh, I should have just hopped out of that minecart. Up here is something that I need to show off. This is my very first cactus farm. It's been here for so long. It was just meant to be here to collect a couple cactus. I needed it for something. It's so slow. I haven't touched this in ages and it's still barely full. I have to walk this all manually. Good thing I have all the stairs here. This was going to be the point where I mentioned how much I love riding this minecart down this area because I think it just looks so pretty and it's one of my favorite things, which kind of dictates the design style from the nether too, but we'll get there later. And I can't say that because I don't have the minecart to go down. And yeah, in case you're wondering, these tunnels are really long and they go on forever and they are all completely completely dug out like this. I also just so happened to find my minecart. It stopped, which is perfect. So right at the end of the track over here, we can see that we're coming across a building. This guy is also one of the early builds that I was really proud of. This whole area used to be a cave, and I hollowed out the areas, or I unhollowed it out. How do I freaking word this? My brain is it's mush right now. I dug it out to be more livable, and right here is my spider farm. Again, you can probably tell with the random assortment of blocks, I literally just grabbed items and brought them in here and built with them, and I think it turned out okay. It's kind of why there's obsidian right here. It made this whole area look like a fireplace, kind of. It looks like a big fireplace, and so the obsidian gets to say. But this thing is a little bit flawed. If I remember correctly, there's two spider spawners. I thought there was a third in the area somewhere. Yeah, there's a third there. I might at some point, I think I could activate all of them by standing here. I might at some point adapt it to be able to work with 3. But as of now, you have to stand right here. Right here is the only spot that'll activate both of them, but they'll spawn, and then they'll come down the water, and they'll come to you, and you can sit here, and you can swipe, and you can kill them. But I'm not here all the time. I barely need spiders, so I have this little guy over here to manage them. His name is 101 Hertz. He is a very early subscriber. Oh, server back up. Hold on, I'll be right back. Actually, no, I'll talk while it's backing up. I don't want to move a lot because it makes the recording funky, but I make lots of backups because I have lost this world to corruption like 4 or 5 times now. Just like my computer, I don't know what it is, my computer, my CPU, maybe even my graphics card, OBS, just the combination of running this game through OBS and starting and stopping recordings while being in full screen mode, my game crashes so often. It crashes so often, and sometimes when it crashes, I don't get the world back, and I have to resort to backups, which is unfortunate because it makes me lose a little bit of progress, but it is what it is. Alright, cool, backups done. Here is 101 Hertz. He was a very early subscriber, and hey, any one of you guys out here, if I have something unnamed, like my fish are unnamed, I believe, yeah, that zombie hoglin, that baby zoglin I showed off is unnamed. That, what's it called? Anyways, yeah, if I ever have any mobs in this world that are unnamed or just named something silly like a face or something, give me suggestions all you want. I will name them with what you have. And this guy, 101 Hertz, he popped in and said, hey, you want to name the pillager after me? And I said, of freaking course I do. So he is now a permanent addition in my world until he finds a way to die or something. I can't see you through here. So 101 Hertz manages what is essentially my spider eye and string, I guess, shop. I would like to at some point, once I finish doing my villagers, because that's what I need the spider eye for, is for splash potions of weakness. Once I set up my whole villager setup, which I'll get to later, I think I'm going to restrict myself to buying spider eyes from this guy at an exorbitant price so that it can force me to go mining, because I don't mine anymore. I really don't. I do not mine. I haven't mined in so long, and I need to force myself to do it just to prolong gameplay, because like, why not? You know, it makes you do more stuff in the game, because the more I mine, the more I need to expand this mine shaft. And the more I need to expand the mine shaft, you know, the more logs I need, the more trees and stuff I need, the more rails and stuff I need. It does add tedium to the game, but in my opinion, it leads to a more developed world. And that's what I'm always looking for. I'm looking for more world development. Oh yeah, that's also where I fought my wither too. So welcome everybody, back outside of the mineshaft. We're back at the sugarcane, going down the rest of this path to another one of my massive projects. This right here, if you are new to the channel and if you don't know what this is, I implore you to make your most educated guess right now as to what the heck this is. I've dropped a little bit of a hint as to what it is, but basically what this guy is, you know, for my slime farm over there, I needed all that green concrete and I didn't have the cactus farm to support it. So this whole build right here is my cactus farm. As you can see, let's fly in here. Loads of cactus, all of them in here. Granted, it's not the fastest, and it's really good at being just a natural, what's it called, like mob switch, except it's not really a switch, it's just no mobs. These guys have been here for so long, and they don't despawn, and they just chillin', and I'm just gonna leave them there. But anyways, yeah, this is my cactus farm, and it's just one of the things that one of the tips that I want to give to everyone watching this right now. Oh my gosh, my horse! What's up, buddy? Yeah, my horse is also renamed. I lost him. I just found him, but I lost him. I haven't seen him in so long. But one of the tips that I'd like to give to everybody, originally my idea for this farm was to just make a giant cactus. That's why the farm inside is this shape. It is the perfect size to just build a giant pixel art cactus. But, you know, as you know, someone mentioned as I was about to do it, that's cringe. So instead I did this, and it looks incredible and it looks sick, and because of this whole design, it now gives me an idea for the entire, like this whole surrounding area for the future. And so I guess the lesson that I want to give, if I can word it correctly, is like, don't settle, or something like that. If you can, and if you have the willpower and, you know, the ability not to burn out, go big. Go big or go home. Because it will almost always lead to more playtime in the game, and more ideas, and just more moving forward in your world. And for me, this cactus farm is just a perfect example of that. And you know what? Since he's here, we're going to grab our horse for the next bits, and then we're going to return you home whenever it comes. So, like, nothing major over here. We just have this mob farm looming in the distance. I have plans to decorate it later. It's not decorated yet, you know, it's not in the immediate to-do list, but it's there, and I have plans to decorate it. And, you know, as well as that, I have plans to decorate all of this area. I have plans to decorate this area. I have plans to decorate this area. There's a village over here. Can you see it? Yeah, there's a village over there that I want to do stuff with. There's all this whole intermediate area in between the two that I have plans for. Plans for everything. Plans for everything. And you know what, since we're here, this is something that I forgot to mention earlier and really should bring up because it's been a really, like a core design principle, or not really design principle, just something that I have to do in everything that I add to my world, is these paths. They go everywhere. I don't know if you noticed, there's no elytra on me. There's no elytra in my inventory. Do I even have it in my ender chest? I'm not sure. I haven't touched this guy in so long. I also have a mod that lets me peek inside ender chests because they're cool. Okay, yeah, I have my elytra in there. It's unenchanted. I don't think I've touched it since I got it. One thing that this game really needs to work on is transportation. And the elytra is cool and all, but I really think it takes so much away from just like the down close and personal, all the tiny little details. And so I'm trying to do my best to add all the little details such as these paths and forcing myself to interact with them. And so everything I do, or at least try to do, I try to connect everything I have with, you know, some path that just go to them so that I can interact with them at the ground level. And it's nice and it feels good. Yes, it takes longer, but this is the choice I'm making. And it makes playing this game so much more calm and chill and fun and enjoyable. And I don't know, maybe it's why I'm still here. Could be why I'm still here. Could be why I'm almost 20 days playtime in. But you know, that's beside the fact. Moving to the nether. This is my nether hub. Nothing special. I just threw up a room because I needed a room. And in this nether hub, I have a lot of plans for the future. I really do. You'll see these paths. I'm gonna put some time lapses in a second of me running down them. They go so far. They go so far. Genuinely, another one of the massive projects that I've been working on is just like my nether infrastructure. And that's another thing I love in this game. I'm a huge fan of infrastructure. I love infrastructure. And in the nether, it's probably going to be one of my largest sets of infrastructure to put up, bar none. Here, let me move over to my testing world. So I mentioned that I love the rails in my underground tunnel system in the overworld, you know, which is my mine shaft. And so because of that, it's led me to develop this rail system, essentially, that will take me through my nether tunnels wherever I need to go. It's got this whole ticketing system. I can send the minecart wherever I wanted to go, back and forth. Like, okay, let's just give a little example. So let's say I have my minecarts right here. Here is my conductor. It'll tell me where to go. Let's say I want to go right here, right there. So currently the path will turn right here and it will continue on all the way down to this station. But if I want it to go here and then turn right here, all I have to do is give it a blue ticket there and then I can get in. I don't think I heard that go into that ticket. Yep, all right, we got a blue ticket. We can click that button, and if we go along, it'll switch to blue rail, and we're here. We're exactly where we need to be. And of course, it works in all directions, here and there and every which way. And I think it'll be my first redstone tutorial. Once I actually get around to finishing it, I'll explain how it's done, and I'll give a world down, and I'll download and everything so that everyone else can use it. Because rail is another thing in this game that really needs a huge work with. But anyways, I plan to have this whole path all the way down every direction, all the way to the end, covered in those rails, so that in the nether I can move by rail wherever and whenever I want. Unfortunately though, I didn't like mob proof any of these hallways, so I'm gonna have to find some way to get around that. But let's get off this tangent. Let's go down these hallways to just show what I have going on. Hello everyone, and welcome to my first, oh boy, the world's loading and game does not like that, or OBS doesn't like that. Welcome to my furthest build, if I remember correctly, away from my house. My house is over there. It is the closest location-wise in the nether tunnels, but the furthest away from my house in the overworld. This is my subscriber tunnel. This was another very long project with a really weird bug right here for some reason. Only in this chunk can you not see all the way down? Only in that chunk. That's it for some silly reason. I don't know why. Only in this chunk. Only in that chunk. It's actually frustrating. I would love to see all the way down up there, but I just can't. In this tunnel, I put in every single subscriber that tells me that they subscribed. I want to put everyone in here. I really do. I want to thank you guys as much as I can because y'all make doing this so fun. But unfortunately, you know, I mean, I understand why. YouTube doesn't make all of the subscribers public. It is what it is. And so I can kind of only go off of what people tell me in the comments. So if you would like to join all of these people in this tunnel, please subscribe and tell me that you did in the comments. I want to get as many people in here as I can because I genuinely, I thank you guys so much. And this is another area, it's unfinished and I have plans for it in the future. We'll get there when we get there, and it should be soon. I'm thinking of getting around to it soon. I need to get around to it soon. It's been on the to-do list for way too long. And as we go down to the bottom, it gets darker and darker. You know, you might have noticed we have the gradient all the way from bright white up there to black down here, and right around here, right around the corner, is my deep dark area. I have been working on lighting this area up. It's you know, it's been on the to-do list for a while. It's been very slow, and it's huge. And I think let me just fly through this real quick. I heard, oh hell, what's up, lag? So I was told that only one of these guys spawns per ancient city, but I'm pretty sure over here, if you fly through, yeah, there it is. I have two. I don't know if that's normal generation or if that means two of them have butted together, but either way, I also have huge plans for this area. There's a lot of stuff I want to put in here. I love the way this area feels. I love the way it looks. I love the way that mobs don't spawn down here. I have tons of plans for this area, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But that is a very far down the future thing, not something I'm working on right now. But it's just another one of those elements, another one of the, it's something I want to do. It'll stop me from quitting this world. I have so many plans for it. Everywhere, basically. So many plans for everywhere and everything. And now we can go ahead and emerge from the depth of the tunnel and just take one last look down there. Like, come on, that's so cool. I love the way this looks so much. Every single one of these guys represents a real person. That's just crazy to me. You know, I'm a small YouTuber, so stuff like this actually just tickles my fancy. That's a really weird word to put there, but that's just what my brain decided to put there. I'm so thankful. I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys so much. Anyways, let's go ahead and hit another time lapse to my next nether location. This is my nether fortress area. And of course within it we have the obligatory giant nether wart farm, which I, you know, of course don't use. I have it though, I have it, and I can harvest it like cool like that. But it's there, and over here, don't set me on fire! Oh gosh! Okay, this is actually pretty bad because, nope, it's fine. I got golden apples on me. Let's keep these on me while I'm here because I don't have this area set up for regeneration yet. But here is my dual blaze farm. I like it. It's cool. Down underneath, hello, wither skeleton. Please don't hit me. We have the little collection area, and it's loud, and I'm leaving now because I don't need to be here. And of course, we have the giant flattened platform because I was trying to farm these guys for so long to get my first wither skeleton, or not wither skeleton, get my first nether star for my first beacon, which I will show you all what I needed it for later. But it took so incredibly long and was so boring that it led me to build this next farm that I'm going to show you right here, since we're pretty close to it. So let's go ahead and just hit another time lapse of me running. This was another incredibly long dig just because I decided I need these portals to everywhere I go in the nether, which means I get to spend 6 hours mining to the location where I was going to build this farm. And after our incredibly long hike, we reached the... Oh wait, no, the farm's not here. Oh, hold on a second. Well, my bad, I went to the wrong one. Yeah, basically, long story short, I was just going to want to do one of the super easy, I forgot who made them, you know, I'm really bad at remembering who builds these, wither skeleton farm that you just put it, it's either a soul sand valley or a whatever that forest was, and you need a nether fortress, and if you have the nether fortress in the right location in that biome, you don't need to spawn proof anything, and you can just build it, and it just works. I found the nether fortress, and I found that biome. Why is there a ghast shooting at me? Oh, hey buddy. I found the nether fortress, and I found that biome, but I forgot to check if the nether fortress was in the right location in the biome. And by the time I had dug all the way there, the first thing I did when I got there was check that, and it wasn't, unfortunately. So I had to dig all this way to the other location, which thankfully did. I found another location right over here that does work perfectly. Unfortunately, though, it resulted in another, I believe, 5, maybe 6 hour digging, you know, session again, which wasn't fun, but I did it, which now results in these two incredibly notable tunnels that just go to, like, pretty much nowhere. And when I say nothing or nowhere, I genuinely don't remember what I said because it's been 10 minutes of just running since that last time I spoke. I actually mean nothing or nowhere. This path just ends in a dead end because here's the farm down here, right? You don't spend any of your time down there. You actually spend all of your time on the nether roof. Well, okay, yeah, you can see it's running. I mean, it works, it's good, but I don't need this tunnel either. This tunnel is completely pointless. Another 5-6 hours wasted going all the way down here because I will never see myself here. The only time I ever need to come here is maybe do maintenance on this farm, which I don't think I'm ever going to need to do. I have this whole path. It was such a blunder. I opened the video. I was like, okay, I'm gonna start the video and I'm just gonna start running it. And if it tells me to go somewhere, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna dig the path there, and I'm just gonna build it as the video goes. I do this way too often. I will start a mob farm tutorial or some kind of tutorial, and I won't watch it all the way through before I actually start building it, which leads me to wasting upwards of 10+ hours on this very short and easy builder right here. I genuinely could have put that farm up, I think, pretty much anywhere and spent the time mob proofing instead, and it would have been perfect and better and worked, but unfortunately I'm me and have to do something like that. I do plan to just decorate these paths out of spite the same way I've done all my other paths in the Nether. It will take years. It literally might take me years to finish, but it's on the to-do list way down the line. After I finish putting in the rails in the Nether, it'll get done eventually at some point. It's on the to-do list. It won't get done now. And then maybe sometime way down in the future, whenever I'm ready to move my base to, I don't know, maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th location, whenever I decide to move there, maybe I'll do it to the end of one of these paths, just because they're so far, you know, it'll be a completely new setting. That might be the plan. We'll see. And then, of course, on the way back to my nether hub, we have a little location of note. It's nothing super important, just like way down this tunnel, way over here, is the little staircase right here that just returns you to the spawn portal. That was that portal that you saw at the beginning of spawn. I still need to connect it up and make this area nice, but, you know, I've got another portal there, another tunnel that goes somewhere. So, back at the nether hub, we have another tunnel that we need to go down. It is this guy right here. I have not been down this guy in... I can't remember how long it's been since I went down this guy, but it's just another one of those tunnels that I made. It went all the way, and I completed it, I filled it out, and it's something that I'm rarely ever going to use, but I still like having the tunnel. You know, that's just how it is. Just another one of my little philosophies. Anytime I do something in the game, I can't just leave it as is. I have to finish it out. Even if it's just some silly tunnel that literally could just be a 1x2 all the way to the location, I've got to decorate it. And it's something that I highly recommend because it adds, it can, you know, there is a chance of you burning out. I definitely have burnt out on this project, not once, more than once, but it's still something that I believe I should do because it adds playtime, it adds variety to the world, and it just adds, like, you know, a completed look, a more completed look. And of course, speaking of completed look, this ain't it, Chief. This ain't completed. But if we just go to the other side of this portal, there's nothing too incredible over here. Just a whole lot of lag as the world loads in and OBS struggles, but it's just a whole lot of sand that I dug out. And all of this is sand that I use for the cactus farm. Essentially, you can assume right here is where I got the cactus farm from. But I don't really see myself coming here too often, I think. I don't know where my morals stand on it yet, but if I go through this portal, there's something else that I need to show off. So right here is the machine. I'm sure plenty of you know what this is. This is a sand duper. I've been duping sand, right? Here's the thing. Here's how I see this game. I'm gonna play it the way I want to play it, right? I don't dupe things very often. If I remember correctly, sand and TNT are the only two things I dupe, which are generally, among people who dupe items in this game regularly, kind of the more accepted options. I freaking love infrastructure. I mentioned it before. I love just being able to come and farm sand like this. Just get it, right? I love machines. I love automation. It's one of my favorite things in this game. And I love, my favorite mod packs are automation and machine heavy mod packs. Something I really want to play once I'm done with Ultra Hardcore. Once I die, you know, when I move on, I'm doing a heavy automation focused I'm doing a heavily automation focused mod pack because I freaking love those. And so machines like this are really the only way I could get that kind of stuff into vanilla for certain blocks like sand, you know? So I'm calling it alright. I'm calling it acceptable. In my books, it's okay. Now, that's not going to stop me from going back, and I just realized I made a mistake. My home bed's been obstructed. Whenever I go back through there, I'm going to be put at spawn. Anyways, I've lost track of what the heck I was saying. But yeah, you can probably notice I have not touched the nether. I beat the Ender Dragon, that's it. I'm sorry, the end. I have not touched it in here. But yeah, that sand duper, it's not going to stop me from probably just completely leveling the nether. It's probably going to be something that I do. It very much is probably going to be something that I do. And when I say the nether, I mean the desert, because my brain wasn't thinking whenever I spoke. But yeah, you know, it's just there. I'll use it when I use it. I won't use it when I won't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So our next stop in the nether is down this hallway right here. As you can see, all of my nether stuff is themed around blackstone. I use tons of blackstone. So in order to support that, I needed a much better trading hall. Oh no, hold on. I needed a much better trading hall than I had. That's what I was going to say. So I got to show off my old trading hall. We got to do that first. Oh, sorry for the lag. I don't know why it's happening. My computer just can't keep up. So anyways, yeah, over here is where the new one is. And also, as we walk into this, we will get in range of my first beacon, my first regeneration beacon. And so, yeah, I'm no longer going to be chilling on super low health when I'm on ultra hardcore. Yeah, honestly, I was just doing that for the bit. I mean, partially for the bit, partially not for the bit. Oh yeah, here's what I was going to show off. Here's the area. What's up, buddy? Get out of here. Nope, can't have that. Yeah, these are like my last golden apples, so I'm trying to conserve them best I can. I don't really want to AFK to get more gold, or I don't really have the infrastructure to get more apples, so I'm trying to conserve them best I can. Anyways, in here is what I call the Hall of Idiots. I don't know if you can hear that sound. It is absolutely silly. What we got here is we have a bunch of piglins, and I've taken away their bows. I have completely broken them. I've flipped them upside down. I've stuck boots dyed white with netherite, I believe wayfarer trims on there, so it looks like they got little eyes and they're looking at you, and they're silly and they're different and they make stupid noises. But I hope this machine is set up and on. Actually, hold on. Let me fill my inventory with something ender chest. Yeah, that looks good. If everything goes right, I should be able to flick this. Those should be stocked, and I can just stand here and yeah. So it rains the gold down. They do their trading, and then once they're done with their trading, I believe this should go first. Yep, they drop them to me. They go in there. They get pushed around. They get pushed up. They get pushed over the top, and they get pushed through the system and filtered out and sorted, and everything is nice and good. But unfortunately, whenever I turn it off, I kind of do lose a couple items on the ground, and it's a little bit annoying. Is what it is. As beautiful as this this whole project looks, it took an incredible amount of time to put together. Like, unironically, the netherite for those trims, just for the stupid eyes, was incredibly painful to put together. That was a massive, incredibly long sidetrack just to get blackstone, just to get more blackstone. And in fact, like, the redstone is also flawed. I know what the issue is, and I know how to fix it. I also need to do that. And, you know, in order to finish this area, I have to decorate it too. This is completely undecorated. A lot of this stuff is undecorated, and that's because I wanted to beeline putting that guy up, beeline finishing that guy. And now that I finally have finished it, I can go ahead and finish a bunch of the other undecorated things that I have. So that's what I'm going to be working towards next, is just decorating all of those, you know, the mob farm, the cobblestone generator, the super smelter, the blackstone farm, all of that needs to be decorated. That's what I'm going to be working towards next. That's going to be a couple of my next videos, is finally getting around to finishing those guys. It's been so long. Anyways, the next location is up here on top of the Nether Hub, where we have a couple things. One of which being Nether Hub 2.0. The only difference is that there's no portal in the middle, and also the ground got blown up a lot while I was blowing that out, and I haven't fixed it yet. But basically my plan is to have the exact same Nether system up here so that you can just climb up through the middle, be put in the same Nether system, and then we have tunnels that go out that way and that way. And then also a tunnel that goes just way the heck over there to my Wither Skeleton Skull farm, but that's not on the to-do list immediately. And then as we run this way, you can see my gold farm. This thing was incredibly influential in the second phase of regeneration. Of course, first was the mushroom soups. Second was golden apples, as was in my ender chest, the last of my golden apples. And then third was beacons. This was stage 2. Oh, it's loud up here. Hold on, we're turning hostile creatures down. So, you know, this guy up here, he is a legacy, or he is soon to be a legacy build, but while I'm here, I'm gonna heal up my tools. Basically, yeah, the zombies, they see that guy, they fall down, they give me experience, they give me gold. All is good in the world, all is great. This is where I get all of my gold from, just AFKing here a long time. But the reason I said it's soon to be a legacy build is because I have to sit here for a long time, and this doesn't give me the looting, like, gold ingot drops, which I'm going to need to do a lot of my future builds. You know, a lot of them they're going to be using blackstone. And so I'm trying to keep my AFK time at a minimum, because getting a lot done in between my periods of like 1,000 days, because, you know, I do 1,000 1,000 day recap videos. My next one is, in fact, if everything goes correctly, it should come out next. That should be my next video after this one, is a recap of the last 1,000 episodes. And so I'm trying to keep my AFK time to a minimum in between, just so that I can get more done during those episodes. But I'm really excited to see the difference in between the last 1,000 days and this 1,000 days of how much more I got done, because I did significantly less AFKing in this last section. And honestly, I might even have plans to just eliminate AFKing as a whole in this world. If I need gold, it's an excuse to do a ton of builds around my gold area while I'm AFKing it so that, you know, they die and stuff. If I need mob drops, it's an excuse to do a ton of building around my mob area. I don't know, that's just a thought. Anyway, it's time to have another incredibly long run down a path to a very uninfluential and unimpressive build. And here he is, way off in the distance. Nothing special. It's just a magma cream farm because I need a lot of magma cream for the gold farm. Sorry, for the gold farm, and I'm probably gonna need to stay here again for the next gold farm that I build. Hold on, let me check my magma stock. Oh, I'm dead out of it. Well, you know, this might be another AFK session in the future to inflate my day counter and ruin my progress. So I believe that marks off the last of all of the stuff I have in the nether, and I'm now realizing I'm locating so many of these shulker boxes I just have lying around the place. I need to reclaim these. I'm running out in the overworld. But yeah, I think that's everything I have in the nether. If I missed anything and you've seen all the episodes, call me stupid in the comments or something. But anyways, let's get down out of here. And oh wait, I can't water clutch. Oh boy. So we are near finished now. There's only a couple more things I want to touch on, one of which lives right in here. My boy Luke, you see this dog right here? I don't know, I'm gonna try and can you hear that? Hopefully that's not too loud. He ain't mine. That was me right clicking. There's some lore that's gone on. You know, I mean, not lore in air quotes. There's some stuff that went on with my save file. Essentially, this dude ain't mine. I don't know. That's something notable that I want to talk about. He's not mine. He's not another player's. He is my dog, but he's not mine. That's the best way I can word it. Couldn't tell you which episode I explained the whole situation in. Honestly, it's a bit long of a story, but it's one of the more recent episodes if you care. And then down this path right over here is where I kind of started a little cemetery. Hello, fence post, not letting me pass. We've only lost one pet so far, which is incredible. And he was I didn't have a name for him, so I just named him an emoticon. Yeah, he was a little zoglin that I had kept tied up by my house for ages, and then one day he just got killed by a skeleton right in front of me. It was so upsetting and it made me so sad. That's where he lives now. And then right on the other side of this hill, I've probably shown it off a couple times, is my giant oversized carrot farm, because I wanted to breed pigs, and so I made a lot of carrots. You know, nothing too significant about that. I just have a bunch of carrots. I need to finish building my oversized farms. I have a couple more I need to build. I need to build for like potatoes and beets and what else is there? All of the other crops, basically all of the other crops. And right here at the end of the path is where my village project is going to take place. I don't have plans for this yet. Frankly, there's nothing much I have really done with the area quite very much, other than some business over here. So I've got a little villager breeder set up that is at the moment out of commission. I believe there's only one guy in here. Yeah, that's where I got my totem of undying. I accidentally activated a raid here, which resulted in the death of one of my villagers up there from breeding. Luckily, I have some down here that I can, you know, fix it up with, and it resulted in the death of my mending and like my book librarian, because I have a big sugarcane farm over there that I was trading for paper so I could do trades over here. Unfortunately resulted in the death of them, but I have a bunch of mending, so you know that's good. I have some backed up, and then here's my little let's see, is the zombie still in here? Yeah, this is my little zombification curing chamber, which I really, now that I think about it, there's villagers changes I think in the most recent version. I'm on 1.20.1. Were those changes in 1.20.2? I'm not sure, but I definitely need to do all of my villager stuff before I update. So that this whole village area might be a more pressing matter than it is in my head. But, you know, it's also another deal. I should be doing it at some point because none of my armor is maxed out. You know, I just have bare maximum? I'm going to call it bare maximum that I could have gotten from the enchantment table. And then I got it so I could run the deep dart. But I think that marks off everything. Again, of course, if you've watched all of my episodes and there's anything that I missed, call me out in the comments and call me stupid, because I am if I missed anything. I spent like all my freaking life in this world. I really don't. All of it's doing homework. I'm an architecture major and this thing is freaking killing me. But all the free time I have that's not spent on Lotus, I spend over here. Hello, Mr. Kitty. I need a cat. I don't have one yet. But yeah, I think that just about marks off everything that I've got. If I missed anything and you've watched all my episodes, call me stupid, because I am. But I really think I have everything. I'm gonna think very hard, before I end this, and I think I've got everything. But before I end this, I've got a message to you, the viewer. Listen, this game is absolutely incredible. If you're the kind of person to start a world and like get bored of it and move on or something, or you're like genuinely struggling to play the game, like you get bored over and over again, because I know I've had many of my viewers come and say like, yeah, after watching you, I've been inspired to start again. If you're that kind of person, if you don't have a world, if you want a world, if you're not playing Minecraft and it's a game that you have, like genuinely, I implore you to get back into it. This is an incredibly incredible game with so much to offer. And it might just be that I'm like a creative person, creative by nature. I always have to be creating and doing something, designing something, building something, making something. Maybe it's just me, maybe it is. But even if it's not, I implore you to give this game another chance. It is incredible and can provide you with so much. I truly believe that everyone needs some sort of creative outlet, and this game is an incredible creative outlet. So yeah, actually, just start a world right now. Start building, build something, anything at all. You'll get there eventually. You start building one day, and then maybe you get bored, maybe you don't like it, you move on to the next thing, and then you get bored of that one, you move on to the next thing. You just keep moving, just keep building. Eventually, you'll land on something that you enjoy and you get in the rhythm of, and you have so much fun. And then when you're done with that, you can go back to the old stuff, and you can get in the rhythm of those. Eventually, you get to the point where you can just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, and the game just never stops giving and it never ends. But with that, I think I'm ready to go. If you don't know what you want to build and you can't come up with anything, feel free, steal from me. I beg you. If you don't know what to do, literally steal from me anything. It's yours to grab. But now, I think I've said it like 4 or 5 times now. Now I'm actually going to end the episode off. I'm actually going to end it off. And of course, we will end it the same way we end all of our episodes, by thanking this week's subscribers. Huge thank you to Morgorg and Jerry Jackass. Thank you very much for subscribing this week. And thank you everyone else for subscribing for every week prior. You guys are the best. And if you would like to join anyone in here, please subscribe and drop a comment in the description saying that you subscribed so that I know to put you in here. And with that, I will be ending this episode off all sad and in the rain. I didn't plan this, and frankly I don't want the rain here. But if you would like to kind of get caught up on the whole series, I have a 1000 days episode where it covers the first 1000 days. And as I said, ideally by next Saturday my time at 9, I will have the next 1000 days, so I'll have up to 2000 days up, and then you'll be able to get caught up on the whole series without having to watch all like 50 episodes, because it is a lot. Or you could start from here. You don't have to start at the beginning. Starting from here is fine. You already saw everything I've made and I've talked you through it all, so it's good. Anyways, I hope you had a wonderful previous part of your week. I hope you have a wonderful next part of your week. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.